Welcome back. Let's check those prices on the reserve list because they're always on the move. Stay tuned, it's coming up next. Hey guys, welcome back. That's right, you know why you're here. You know it. You saw that thumbnail and you want to know what's happening in that reserve list. I'm going to tell you all about it today. My name is MTG Marksman, and if you're new to my channel, smash that subscribe button. Get that part out of the way. That way you see me every day when I upload these videos 7 days a week and live streams on Sundays. Looking forward to seeing you guys there. I'm telling you, we're having a lot of fun. This is a good time to be in Magic. A lot of excitement going on with the way Wizards is pumping stuff up. But the reserve list is amazing. It is a market unto itself with the most amazing cards in Magic. Some of the most powerful things that Wizards has ever created. And we're going to cover it. All right, guys. We are got a series of cards we're going to cover today. I'm trying to do them a little more in the sense of getting more cards out to you, as some people did request. I'm taking that stuff down, okay? So don't worry. I'm getting you there. All right, so the first card we're going to talk about today, we are going back to the Urza block. We're checking out Time Spiral. Now, Time Spiral is an amazing card. I mean, it did cost a lot. It was they're trying to bring back the Time Twister, the original OG powerful card. But let's face it, it's 6 to use and you untap the 6 lands, so you're getting it back. You are exiling it, so yeah, it's gone, unless you have a way of bringing exiled cards back. But at 275 Canadian, 180 in the US, and of course 166 in the EU, this card has been stepping up and showing us it is worth every penny and will continue to be that way. As a person myself, I bought my copy during this buyout because I didn't have one and I needed to have one. I bought a near mint. I think I paid $260, and you can see there I'm right in the right market range. It has considerable sales. A lot of foreign language ones are selling as well as just the English. So this card continues to stay right on where I would expect it to be at this point. And I think we can depend on this to be a nice stable card going forward with prices not fluctuating too much in the near foreseeable future. Now, Hidden Path. This is brought to you by Max. Max had asked me on an email about this card. I've checked into it. I've got your figures for you, Max. This card, Hidden Path, of course, we're from the Dark, which we all know the Dark has had a real step-up period during this entire buyout session since October, November, December of 2020 going forward. We've seen a lot of the Dark cards really step up, including the reserve list cards. Now, the Hidden Path is a heavy casting cost card, but it does give all your creatures, the beautiful creatures, that ability to forest walk, which makes it fun. It has a beautiful set of artwork on the card, and of course, it is reserve list. Now, if you're willing to wait for this card to really mature in value over the next decade or two, go for it. I myself own only 2 copies, I believe. This is not one of the cards on my personal watch list, but it is a very good card, and all the cards that are from reserve list eventually go up. It's been shown, it's proven, it's done. So, Hidden Path, beautiful path. Gonna get you there, all right? Something to keep your eye on for the future, guys. If you don't have a copy for your Dark collection, it might be something you want to step up into. Again, for this kind of card, though, guys, I'm gonna say near mint. Okay, near mint. Now, when we take a look at the Good Old Exorcist, not the movie that terrified me as a child for watching it too young, where I begged to sleep in my parents' room because I was afraid that my head was gonna spin around. Not that Exorcist. But this Exorcist is having a good, strong sales trend. The Exorcist is $31 in Canada. You're talking $17 in the EU, and then $24 in the good old US of A. And by the way, guys, the US market does continue to really dominate what's going on in the reserve list. They have the most sales, the highest figures, but also the best prices, bar none. So far, I've not really found comparables that match up well to it yet, but I'll keep you guys informed if I notice any deviation from that. Now, the Exorcist is great. You can just get him out for a couple. He taps to destroy black creatures. It's like that Royal Assassin for white. Very cool card. Kind of reminds me of the Northern Paladin in some ways, but cheaper and easier to cast. Great card, good usage. Gonna continue with its strong sales trend. This card is gonna go higher. So if you don't have a near mint copy, it is something to consider. Moderately played copies, though, are not going to be the pricing I'm showing you now. I would aim for near mint copies because those will see a real growth going forward into the future. I'm not saying the art cards won't grow, though, guys. They're all going to grow, but near mint copies, when people go for collectors or people trying to grade their stuff in the next 10 years, those are the copies they're going to look for first, okay? Now, when we go to our next card, we are talking Preacher. Again, from the Dark. Have you noticed something here, folks? A lot of cards from the Dark. because they've had quite a bit of movement this whole buyout, and a lot of these cards are really being sought after. The sales are showing it and proving it. Preacher, we've had him a couple times on here when he's at the $110, $120 mark. As you can see, he continues to rise, and his sales are phenomenal, okay? Nothing locally. My U.S. stores I check with are out. Canadian stores, including Vancouver, are out, as well as Toronto. The Preacher, I have one beat-up copy that I kept since my teen years. So thank goodness I don't have to get one for a play deck. But at $159 US, you're looking at $210 Canadian and $93 in the EU. I love the fact that this card is just kind of sitting out right in the middle of where it should be. Okay? It's perfect. All these three markets line up fairly nicely to it. It's got good, strong sales to continue forward. And I can see this card easily reaching a higher peak than this, okay? What I'm trending right now, it's still showing strong sales. I want to graph it out a little bit further, but it's an excellent card, guys. Very playable in a lot of the formats we use today still. So way to go, man. Preacher, you're there. I like the Preacher. He may be being a bit preachy to me, but I like him. All right, Skyward Bandits. Now, this is a dark card again. Don't worry, they're not all dark. The Skyward Bandits is not a super expensive card, but I want you to remember something, those of you who play green. He can take artifacts. Unless they've got a little bit of mana available, but he can take people's artifacts. He is good, man. Now, at $14, that's not bad for USA. Then we get $17 in Canada. $14.20 in the EU seemed high, but I've checked with some people, and that seems to be about the going right on card market for it. So I feel things saying, you know, it's a stable trend. We're good with where it is. But you're going to see it slowly creep up. Okay, not now. It's kind of staying stable right now, but in the next few years, as with most reserve list cards, if this finds a home or can be used to manipulate a deck more for taking artifacts, it's going to be a higher threshold for it, okay? Good card, something to keep an eye on, and I love the artwork on it. Guys just being all creepy in the back of the woods there. Martyr's Cry. As you guys know, one of my favorite cards from this era. It gives me that whole creepy Joan of Arc feel, you know, being burned at the stake for having different beliefs. In this case, probably a wizard or something being burned. At $29.99 Canadian, $21 US, and of course $20 in the EU. We're seeing, you know, strong sales, but here's the kicker on this one, guys. The kicker is there's a lot of people selling it. So it has fairly decent sales, but there are a lot of people selling this card. So although it's trending strong, I'm not sure where this card's going to go quite yet with the amount that's on the market right now for this particular card. So I would go for near mint copies if you're trying to collect it. You might go for some light played copies if they're really reasonably priced. Any moderate played or heavy played, let them fall to the ground. Don't worry about them right now, okay? I'm not going to, you know, it's a decent card. It's just I don't like the idea of a heavily played copy costing that much. So I would just say, yeah, leave that one for now, okay? Now, we all know this one. I made a mistake yesterday, had a brain fart, and mixed up Undiscovered Paradise because I was prepping up a video for tomorrow at the same time. And of course, I meant Rainbow Veil. So Rainbow Veil is the one that will switch hands to your opponent, okay? It's when you got to pass over. That you'll use the Zern Orb and nuke your own land and then bring it back with Crucible Worlds later. But it's a beautiful, beautiful card. And of course, it is trending up. This card has strong sales in multiple areas, mainly for near mint copies again, which is understandable. It's a Fallen Empires card. But Fallen Empires was opened a lot, and those cards got played hard. So finding near mint quality copies of this will become more and more difficult for those of you who are the savvy investors out there. Find the near mints, hold on to them. Now you're looking at $19 in Canada, $15 in the EU, and of course $14 in the US of A. This one in particular, because it's Fallen Empires, I usually tell you guys, unless you just need a play copy for a deck, you're going to want these ones in near mint, okay? Especially if somebody's going to grade them 10 more years from now, when these things really peter out. This is just one buyout of many that will probably happen over the years, boys and girls. It's something to pay attention to, okay? Which is why I tell you guys near mint copies. I like that card, though. I still use it now. All right, Jester's Mask. Now, Jester's Mask, I used to use all the time. When I had my Argivian Archaeologist. He was awesome. You know, use it, bring it back. Use it, bring it back. But here's the kick. It does come into play tapped. It's not as usable in today's formats as it used to be, but it's still a really fun card to have around, and it's not too expensive yet. $16 in Canada. You're looking at $7.50 in the EU, and then $9.50 in the US of A. You guys know it. US is kicking it. So it's a decent card. It's trending down a bit where the sales have slowed, but there's also not a lot on the market for it to be bought at. card market, Card Kingdom, there's just not that many copies out there right now, which means people kind of probably are holding on to this card for a longer term investment. So decent card to be played with, but I can see why it hasn't jumped up quite yet. So let's wait and see how the future brings for the good old Jesters match, shall we? All right, we're getting there. Soldevi? Deviax? All right, you guys tell me. Soldevi Digger. Did I say it right? You guys, you let me know in that comment section if you made it this far in the video. All right, guys. Great card. I used to use this all the time in my, what I called my good deck, to recycle cards after people flip me out. $5 in the US, $10 in Canada, $3.90 in the EU. Seems very reasonable. But with this particular card, I mean, come on. Hold on. We got a good old artist proof right here. Amy Weber artist proof, man. Signed and everything that I picked up for the channel. Oh! I know somebody's going to comment about this. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I'm afraid to move. I dropped a mox. It's underneath my chair. It's okay. No damage. Whew. That could have been bad. That's what I get for trying to do things on the fly. So, I would definitely recommend the Soldevi Digger, because it just dug me out of trouble right now. Guys, it's a good card. It's not a great card, but it is a good card. And it does let you recycle multiple times, can keep your deck alive when you least expect it, okay? And for a 2 casting cost, totally beautiful. I can say it. And again, look at those prices. The sales figures, though, show, although this card is selling quite briskly, it has good, strong sales. I'm calling it stable because the price is not changing up or down. It's staying roughly where it is, and the sales are kind of going back and forth, okay? And I know from what I've checked, there's 2 buyers buying multiple copies each week, okay? So, guys, that's what I've got for you today, and thank you again for tuning in. This was MTG Mox, man. You guys have an awesome day. I look forward to another Market Watch video tomorrow. See you soon, guys. Have a great one. Hey guys, big shout out to all my patrons out there. Don't forget, guys, this weekend is going to be the patron giveaway for our box of Magic. Whatever it may be, we're going to check it out. I'll roll some stuff. We'll figure it out. Good luck to everyone this Sunday. See you there. Pie! We're going to get pie! 208 till we get pie.